Those were the words of Paul talking to the Hebrews. God's folks. His chosen people. As he was speaking those words, their faith had got real weak. Time, had moved some of the cornerstones that were in the Israel tribe. was grounded in them moved along with them. Yeah. And coming up behind them was a younger generation that for whatever reason wanted to fit in to the word. Yeah. But God had already declared that his people were a particular people. Make it plain, it's like a fat man putting on a skinny man clothes. It just don't look. Try to do it. It just don't feel. It's like trying to put a circle into a square peg. It just ain't gonna fit. So their faith had became weak because they forgot the great things that God had did. They had forgot all the many trials and tribulations that God had brought them through. Even back way across the Red Sea. And through all the many other dangers that was in the way. So Paul was reminding them of where they came from. And the God they served had all power. Still got all power. And sometimes it's good to remember where you come from. Never forget where you come from. Know that it was God that lifted you up out the muck in the morning. And set your feet on the solid foundation. But don't ever forget to look back every now and then and see the journey you brought.